it, let's get it. Come on, I'm with it, guarantee it. When we hit it, I'ma split it with your partner. If we gon' get it, let's get it. Come on, I'm with it.
Yo, what's up, folks? Raw&Uncut here with a quick video. I want to touch on what's going on in Glendale, Arizona at this moment, as I live close by and I am a resident of the area here in question, where there was a shooting at a restaurant slash sports bar called El Gigante CAMARON. Right? It's a bar slash restaurant, but they're known for having functions there, right? And there was a function which they like to coin here in Arizona, in Glendale, and in Phoenix on a Sunday afternoon, where it's a lowrider community, it's a family community, it's a community of a lot of Mexican, Chicano folks, if you will, and they get together and they do these functions. They have these things. It was a Cinco de Mayo gathering as well that was open for all ages here. It was not a club. It was not a party like where, you know, a free for all, like it's a nightclub type of get down. It wasn't like that at all, which some of the news reports have been similar to that. Well, to people saying that, right? Well, what was going on here is they're having this function on a Sunday afternoon. You got lots of people here, and the stories that are being put out there by the news is that there was two groups of people, right? And that there was an altercation that ensued, and then they both got kicked out. They were all put out there in the parking lot. And once they got to the parking lot, then it escalated to where two groups of people started shooting at each other, where ultimately 8 people were shot. 3 have been killed. 6 men were shot. 2 women were shot, all in the ages of 16 to 29. Okay, the ones that have been killed, as you see here, were 17, 21, and 29. They're saying that the 17-year-old and the 29-year-olds were brothers. They haven't released the names. And now, when you understand it, there was also a 16-year-old kid here that was involved. He's in critical condition as we speak. They've operated on the boy. They don't know if he's going to survive or not, but he's in critical condition. The others are in stable condition, but they were harmed. They were also shot, right? So a total of 8 people. They're saying that there's a total of 30 to 40 shots that rang out here outside in this parking lot, as you see. Now, the crazy thing about this is you got people saying that it was gangbanging. You got people saying other things, right? And I just spoke to somebody a little while ago who happened to know people that were there when this shooting took place. And the story that was told to me, I'm just going to put it out there, not saying it's 100% correct, and it's not correct, but I'm sure that the officers probably know, the investigators already know what's going down here, right? So when you understand what the hell is really cracking, and you see that there was 2 groups of people. I was told there was 2 groups of people. They were passing each other, and yes, they did have bad blood already. They knew each other from past encounters and beef, let's say. And when they were passing each other, one of them reached out and tried to rip a necklace off another man's neck. That is when the brawl ensued. It was a free-for-all. They were all escorted out to the parking lot, which that was a no-no. They should have been escorted out separately so that way nothing could escalate there. But it's Arizona, and if you know Arizona, it's the Wild Wild West, and if something's going to crack, it's going to crack no matter where it's at, and that's what's sad about it. All these gunshots rang out. All these people hit and killed. And as you see the cars sitting out there, this is not a live picture. Okay, this was a few hours ago. It was pouring rain a little while ago. Everything, the crime scene, the cars, everything's just getting rained on. I don't know if that's damaging the investigation because it's been raining off and on, which is very weird because it doesn't rain that much. And they're saying that we're getting early rain out here, right? But some of the things that are being said about the establishment, I don't know the owners, but I do know the kind of energy and the kind of get down that they like to bring to their restaurant and the company that they welcome. This was an all ages event. This was family type of environment, energy going on, vibrations, vibes, however you want to call it, lowrider. But you got a mixture of some of these youngins that don't like certain things and they carry themselves a certain way and they come up in there and things can happen, especially when there's already bad blood with individuals that are already there. right? This is an isolated event. It's not something like, oh, mass shooting, like they're just putting it out there for people to think that it's crazy people on the loose that's shooting people, and that's not what happened. This is an isolated event between two groups of people that already had beef with each other. One of them attempted to basically rob the other one of a necklace. There was already beef there. Things happen. It's sad that kids are involved in this. It's sad that there was women there, that there was children. It's sad that it went down the way that it did. And I think it could have been handled better, but you got to understand, when there's people with guns and there's already bad blood, and these people, maybe two groups of people, both are armed, and now they're out in the parking lot where it can escalate, and very, very quick. It's gonna, and nobody's gonna stop it. Even if those police officers there looming around the area, it wouldn't have stopped it, because if things are gonna happen, they're gonna happen, and that's the sad part. But I don't think people should hold it against the restaurant. I don't think people should hold it against the establishment and the restaurant owners. These people mean well. These people run a nice business, a clean business. These people are good people. I've never met them, but I've heard good things about them. I've picked up a few people in the area, as I do Uber and Lyft, all through the Arizona, Phoenix metro area. Phoenix, Glendale, Gilbert, Chandler, you name the cities. I've been there. I drive there. I pick up people, drop them off. It's what I do. There's 7 million people here in this area, in the Phoenix metro area. So you pick up tons of people, and I've picked up a couple of people today. One of them who was actually there, and another one who was related to people that were there. And both of the stories that I got were that, yes, it was two groups of people that knew each other, but the altercation started because one of them attempted to rip a chain off of another one's neck. And that's total disrespect, right? That's when you are totally disrespecting someone. So that shows maybe bad blood. That also shows he doesn't really care for you or respect you. And things are going to get to the point to where they got to in a hurry. So people are trying to talk smack on the business. I don't think it's fair. People are trying to talk smack on the event on a Sunday afternoon, as it's called. And it's self-explanatory. On a Sunday afternoon, families get together, friends get together. They got low riders, they barbecue, they hang out. This was a prior Cinco de Mayo party as well, mixed into it, which is all good vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's all good vibes. But as you see the picture here from up top, from the drone from earlier, before it started pouring rain, you see the low riders there in the distance. You see the cars of the people involved, more than likely. And then, also at the same time, there's vehicles that are parked there that you can't move because now it's a crime scene. So once the cops get there, even if you're not involved, there's vehicles there, as we see. So I'm not saying that all the cars here are from everyone involved, but I do have a strong feeling that some of these lowriders there that we see are also maybe belong to some of the people that were shot and probably killed. And it's sad. It's sad because this is a family get down. This is a family event. It's supposed to be good vibes. It's all of our people. And I'm not going to make assumptions yet on the ethnicities of all the people involved, but I bet you I can say that there's a high percentage that they're Mexican folks, that they're Chicanos. I can bet my bottom dollar on it. All Mexican folks. And it's sad to see our own folks doing this to each other. It's sad to see our people still on this type of energy. Now, I don't know, and you never know. When people got bad blood, you don't know the history there. You don't know if folks have already died between them. You don't know if there's violence that's already been ensued, which I'm pretty sure it has. And we don't know if there's people that have already been killed from these two groups of people. To when you see each other, it's total disrespect. But, anything happens and anything goes down at any moment in time. And I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you're in Phoenix, Arizona. I don't care if you're in Glendale, Arizona. I don't care if you're in Fresno, California. I don't care if you're in LA, Compton, if you're in Oakland, if you're in Kansas City, Boston, New York, Houston, etc., etc., etc. You get my way of where I'm going with this. If things are going to happen, they're going to happen. And it's fucking sad. And it makes me sad when I had to drive through there a while ago and see it in person, because I had to go around because I couldn't go through the normal road right there to get onto Grand. So I had to come all the way around, and you have to drive around through it. And they couldn't cut off Grand because that would take too much. It'll mess up the traffic too much. And there's so many people, millions of people that drive and commute through here all day long. So when you think about it, it's just a sad, isolated situation. Some of the news is cooking it up to be bigger than it is. Not to saying this is anything small, because my condolences go out to the people, to the families that have been affected by this. I don't know who they are. I don't know anyone personally that was involved in it. But my hearts go out to everyone involved, to the family members of people that have been hurt, been shot, to the family members of the ones that have been deceased. The kid and his brother. That's very sad. Everybody involved in this is very sad, and I wish it could have been handled differently. It makes me sad to know that it's all RAZA that's involved, and that things like this, man, unfortunately people could say they can be prevented, but when it's bad blood between maybe families, friends, homies that know each other, and they've already got beef and problems, it's gonna crack if they run into people. If you run into these enemies somewhere, it's gonna crack, and that looks like that's what happened here. But hey, it's just sad all the way around, man. On a Sunday afternoon, Cinco de Mayo, celebration, family event, all ages, and this is what happens. Man, Arizona, it is no joke. And people nowadays in general, as you see that shooting that happened in Fresno a few weeks back at the barbershop, these guys nowadays don't care if there's kids. These guys don't care if there's women and civilians around. They pull their weapons and they start shooting. And it's sad that people want to resort to handling things that way, but we don't know the inside situation. We don't know the to the extent of the bad blood that is there between these two groups of people. But it's very sad for the way that it went down. It's more RAZA that's gone, more youngsters that are dead, hurt. Everyone involved here ranges from ages of 16 years old to 29 years old, and everywhere in between. 2 women, 6 men. 3 males have passed away and are deceased. 1 more 16-year-old boy is in the hospital fighting for his life, and the rest I heard are stable. But it's sad. And man, I can't believe it, but I can believe it, because when you check the temperature out here, it's not just hot, and the weather's been actually nice these last few days, but it rained like hell a little while ago. It rained all over this area, the whole place that's taped off over here around the El Gigante CAMARON or whatever the hell it's called. But yeah, it's Raw and Uncut. And man, people got to get a grip, man. Got to handle things another way, be a bigger man, and all that. But I know it's easier said than done, because when you're in the middle of that situation and you see somebody that is a mortal enemy, or someone that has hurt your family members, or someone that has hurt you, shit happens. And that's fucked up to say that, but it's the honest God truth. May God be with everyone involved. My condolences to the families. Stay safe out there, folks. Raw and Uncut. You already know how we get down. Peace.